We're back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to talk about the third serial killer that had a similar victim profile to Derek Todd Lee and Sean Vincent Giles at around the same time. This case is not as well known, but we're going to talk about it. A man with a pretty vague background with his early life was targeting women who were in high-risk areas of Baton Rouge, as it's put. Welcome to Investigation. I'm your host, Scoot, along with...
Hatter.
I did that backwards.
You did. It's okay.
No, I'll fix it. I want to fix it.
No, I'm leaving this in.
No, why? So we're just going to hop right into it. On September 3rd, 1999, a 911 call was received with the caller claiming a woman's body was found in the old Dynasty Lounge in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yet, the caller even offered the victim's name.
Oh?
Yes, which was Florida Douglas.
Okay, I kind of love the name Florida.
Yes.
Like, that's amazing, but that's very weird.
Oh, it's bizarre, for sure.
What was it like? I'm gonna just throw this out. Was it like the perpetrator? Like, was that his thing? Or did it just happen to be somebody who knew her? What that was like? Oh,
so we'll put a pin there.
Okay,
we're gonna put a pin there.
Right.
I haven't said this in a long time. We're gonna put a pin.
We're gonna put a pin in that.
Emergency responders arrived at the crime scene, and it looked like the building. So the Dynasty Lounge looked like it had been abandoned for years. But I imagine other activities went on in the building, so to speak.
Drug-related activities.
Drug-related activities. I'm sure
house.
Probably. I'm sure even homeless people, I'm sure, use it as shelter.
Right, okay.
That type of vibe.
Activities. That type of activity. When they went inside, they found the body of 36-year-old Florida Edwards. Douglas was her maiden name. Okay.
I know, makes it a little weirder.
Yeah. And also, since the house was basically abandoned, it makes it weirder that somebody, like, how'd you just happen upon this house?
I just want to point out it was not a house, it was a lounge.
Or, excuse me. Sorry.
It's okay.
You know what I meant.
I know somebody's gonna be in the comments. Hatter said it's a house. It wasn't a house, so I feel like I had to go ahead and correct you now.
Yo, bitch, it's the T police. Yo, bitch, it's the house police. Oh, I feel like I should explain that just a little bit. We got a hate comment because a normal regional accent, like when you talk, you pronounce mountain and you do it's called, I believe, it's a glottal stop, where it's like you imply the T with your throat because you stop the sound back there. Basically, everybody on the East Coast does it, but somebody was so mad that I said mountain instead of mountain.
Yep.
And he went on a rampage and called me stupid and that I was a 12-year-old little girl, trying to sound like a 12-year-old little girl. And I was just like, bro, go drink some fucking water.
Go touch some grass.
Go touch some grass. Get off the internet for a day. I was like, Jesus, man.
Oh, shoot. Now, back to the case.
Yes.
Now, Florida Edwards, she was found strangled and had blunt force trauma. Now, she was draped over a box on her back.
Ooh.
In a very, unnatural position.
Yeah.
Like she was purposefully placed in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Now, investigators questioned several witnesses and found out about a black male using a payphone in the area. He had plastic, bags around his hands when he was using the payphone.
Okay.
Now, the police processed the payphone, and there was, a napkin or tissue around the phone, but no fingerprints.
He was really making sure no fingerprints got on that bitch.
So whoever the caller was that called in this body not only knew her, but did not want to leave fingerprints to be identified.
Weird.
Strange.
A little bit strange, some might say.
Now, Florida did have DNA underneath her fingernails.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, her friend Elizabeth Glasper described her as a very reserved person who was quiet, sweet, and intelligent. But it's noted in a documentary that I watched about, Baton Rouge serial killers that she did frequent high-risk areas.
Okay. Like drug areas, sex work kind of things.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. That type of area.
Yeah.
Now, July 25th, 2001, so we did take a little bit of a jump.
Okay.
Neighbors reported a foul smell coming from an abandoned home in North Acadian? Acadian?
I would pronounce it Acadian, but I also pronounce mountain like mountain, and apparently that's an issue.
Well,
so call back to season 3.
Abandoned house in North Acadia. Now, when police went inside to investigate it, 37-year-old Sylvia Cobb was found inside in a semi-seated position, like against the wall with her legs spread. Again, like this was done on purpose.
Yeah, and they're very sexualized positions, too.
Yes.
It's very telling.
Yes. Now, she had bruising on her neck and bruising on her chest and blunt force trauma all over her. Now, here's where I got some conflicting information.
Okay.
Some sources say that the body was so decomp that cause of death could not be determined, while others say that the body was, again, still in extreme decomp, but she had a fractured skull, so that was ruled as the cause of death.
Either way, it definitely seems like blunt force trauma. And also, if they were able to pick up on a lot of the bruising, I feel like they were able to tell more than if they were in extreme advanced decomp.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, probably some sort of blunt force trauma for sure.
Probably. Now, there was a beer can nearby that had prints on it.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Sylvia had been reporting missing just a couple days before she was found. Her family described her as down on her luck and was found to be in areas of high-risk behavior. Just like
Florida.
Yeah. Both cases have similarities to them, like from the state in which the bodies are found, both being very violent crimes, and both being found inside abandoned buildings.
Yeah. It's very, like, it's weird because it's like they're in an abandoned place where obviously they're not going to see a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, though, they're literally being placed almost on display for whoever does
find them.
Which is very weird psychology, I'm sure, to it.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, we are going to jump to April 11th, 2002. So, another little bit of a gap.
Yep.
Renee Newman's body was found in a flower bed of an abandoned department store in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
A bystander had been walking by when he spotted her, and then he called the police.
As one should.
As one would. She was laying on her back. A small tree, like a bush, separated her legs. I know. And she died of manual strangulation. Investigators thought that the white t-shirt that Renee was wearing, which was actually pulled up towards her neck area, was used as, like, the tool to strangle her.
To strangle her, okay.
Yeah. The shirt also had blood on it, and there was DNA on Renee, which actually connected her to Florida Edwards.
Oh.
Now, Renee was a 46-year-old single mother, and her brother was actually a police officer for the Baton Rouge Police Department.
Okay.
He described his sister as a beautiful woman who had graduated college. He said she was a working mom, and he assumes life just got the best of her, but she was still a person and had a 18-year-old son.
Right, which is kind of what we always emphasize with these cases, is like, it doesn't matter what they were doing, they are a person.
Yes. Now, all three were in, like, close-ish proximity to each other where they were found, and all seemed to be sexually assaulted.
Well, I was going to say, too, the tree between her legs feels very phallic.
Yeah.
So it was just an extra, like we were talking about, it's very, like, sexually displaying them in some way anyways.
Yeah.
So that was definitely an extra ick.
Yeah, for sure. Now, it would be at this point that these cases would just go cold because there was no leads. There was nothing. They couldn't match any DNA at that point. They
got a couple prints and they got some DNA, but if it's not in their database, it's kind of like,
there's nothing.
We're just going to store these away and hope that at some point.
And there was nothing. Now, this is really kind of, I think, weird. Now, in April of 2004, they would get a tip for Renee Newman's case that Sean Vincent Giles may have known her.
Oh.
Yes. So they actually interviewed him about Renee, and as well as to try to get input, because he himself was a serial killer.
Right, yeah. They did that with the Green River Killer. They interviewed Ted Bundy, actually, to try to get insight into, like, the psychology of him.
Yes. Now, he would state, I'm going to quote, "At this very moment, there's, like I said, there are one or two other monsters out there that need to be rounded up." Which I find ironic that he would say that. Because I covered his case as well. He referred to himself as a monster.
Right.
Like, just bizarre to me. He would also state, quote, "Not trying to be cocky, but an extremely high IQ. I'd be looking for a person like that. I would be looking for a person, possibly like me, has otherwise a normal life."
It's like a little bit of, like, tooting my own horn.
You were making this face at me, and I'm like, oh, she's got some opinions over here.
I always have opinions. It was just like, not to be cocky, and then proceeds to be extremely cocky and be like, you're gonna look for somebody like me with a high IQ. It's like, ugh.
No, you could tell he thinks very highly of himself.
For sure.
And
like, you can't say not to be cocky and then lead with something extremely cocky.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Now, Sean would also tell detectives while he was, during his spree, while he was out searching for a victim, he observed another, quote, hunter, as he put it, or aka another serial killer, that when their eyes locked, they both knew exactly why they were there. He would not give a description of this other quote-unquote hunter.
Gross.
Which, it makes you wonder if he was even telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like, did you actually, quote, see someone else?
Right.
Or, were you just...
Being dramatic. Getting the attention again. Yep.
Because if that's the case, you're already going to prison for life. Why would you not?
Unless it's just like a control thing for him. Like, I saw him, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Gets him off a little bit, like doing that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Gross.
Because surely we don't have like a code of conduct. Oh, we don't out other serial killers. You know what I mean?
Know, there might be.
Is there a code of conduct for that?
I feel like at least it's been depicted a few times in like shows and stuff. Like, even, like I've said before, I've been watching Hannibal, and I know that it's fictional.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is how real life works. But there's, like, a lot of times where Hannibal will run into, like, another killer, and he, like, basically gives them a chance to get away from the cops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
Maybe.
And maybe that bleeds over into real life, but maybe not.
Who knows?
I feel like it would be beneficial for them if he wasn't already incarcerated to not out another serial killer, because then there's a likelihood of you getting away with more because they're trying to find this other person.
True. Now December 29th, 2007. So again, we're taking another little bit of a jump here. Johnny Martinez caught a bus. She got on a bus to go to the store to get some medication. Now she gets off at the bus stop and is walking to the store. Like, there was still some distance between the bus stop and the actual store.
Right.
Now a man is walking at her in the direction of going to the bus stop. He stops her and asks her if she had any extra change on her.
Mm-hmm.
Now she went to give him change and he grabbed her wrist.
Mm.
He punched her and then was dragging her towards the wooden area that was nearby.
Damn.
Yes. Once he had her there, he would continue to hit her. Now Johnny, noted in the documentary that I watched, would try to make sure that the man would strike her on the same side of her face. So that way she would still have one good eye to look at her attacker if she survived it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, he would try to sexually assault her, but Johnny would tell him that she had AIDS. She did not have AIDS, but did this as a way to try to, protect herself from being raped.
Right.
The man would then strangle her instead, so Johnny would actually play dead in order to survive.
I've heard of that like a few times.
Yes.
Because strangulation is tough as it is, like, to do on somebody.
Yes.
So it's not like it's as a for sure method of killing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard of several stories where people play dead and they stop because they think that
they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, once a man thought she was dead, he would get off of her and steal her purse and leave. Now, she went to the hospital and City Marshal Reggie Thomas would meet her there. And now there was actually a photo taken of her, like, at the hospital that I saw.
Mm.
She had, like, one huge swollen eye. I mean, we're talking, like, swollen shut, like, almost like a golf ball.
Damn.
And she also, like, there was knots on the side of it.
Yeah.
And there was marks on the sides of her neck.
Oof.
Now, the man who attacked Johnny actually went to an ATM and used her debit card to get money from it. Go for it. There was this eye roll.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those, it's like, I'm glad that they're stupid, but it's always like it's one of the most obvious things is like, she's literally in the hospital, dude, and you're using her ATM card.
Well, he doesn't know that.
Well, true, because he thinks that she's dead.
Yeah.
Right. But still, It's kind of like, what did you think? Like, they could just...
There's cameras.
Right, they could just track it and, like, see it.
Yes. No, they actually caught him clear as day on the camera.
Hell yeah.
From the ATM. And Johnny would be able to identify the man at the ATM as her attacker.
Hell yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm. Now, police would release the photo to social media to try to get this man identified. The man would be identified as Jeffrey Guillory. He was at a halfway house, which was close to where Johnny was attacked.
Okay.
So, Jeffrey Lee Guillory was born in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
That is such a shitty name. I'm sorry. Like, your parents were not creative. They were just like, oh, it's rhyme time. Jeffrey Lee Guillory.
Well, you know.
I can make fun of him, obviously.
Yeah.
He's a shithead, but like...
Well, you know.
Me, I'm going to try to cut back on my swearing. That's such a shitty name.
Oh, shoot. Now, he was from a family of 10.
Damn.
Yes.
That's a lot of kids.
That is a lot of kids. Now, there isn't a whole lot of information about his early life. There are a few people that covered this case on YouTube that mentioned that in his younger years that he played football, but he also suffered from depression from an unstable home life. But overall, you can't really find a whole lot.
Right.
He had several convictions, like for drugs and robbery.
Okay.
Now, January 25th, 2008, he would be arrested for the attack on Johnny Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he was arrested for Johnny's case, his fingerprints and DNA was taken, and they used the DNA to search for other victims. His DNA would match the DNA on Florida Edwards and Renee Newman.
Mm-hmm.
His fingerprint would also match the ones found on the beer can found near Sylvia Cobb.
Hell yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm. Now, when he was being interrogated about the 3 women, he denied knowing them at first.
Always.
Always. There was this eye roll.
Yeah, we have to get video at some point because I usually make faces before I say anything.
You do.
They always deny knowing them. I would say 80% of the time they try to play it off because they think somehow they'll get away with it.
Yeah.
But they don't. Like, dude, they got their DNA. Yep.
Then he would change his story in that he would say he knew Sylvia Cobb, but he denied involvement in her case. Or in any of the cases, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
During this interview, he was very calm. He didn't seem worried.
Okay.
From at least what I witnessed.
Yeah.
Even when detectives would bring up the fact that they had DNA, he was still denying involvement.
That's a bold move.
That's what I literally have that noted, which is a crazy pull in my opinion.
Yeah. That's a bold move.
Like, at that point, how can you deny your involvement with, DNA? Like,
your DNA was under her fingernails.
Yeah.
Like, you had contact with her at some point.
Yep. So I'm not sure what he thought the outcome was going to be at this point.
I just feel like sometimes they get cocky, and especially if they do have previous charges and have gotten away with things or have gotten out early, they just get ahead about it.
Yeah. Now, he was tried and convicted for the murder of Renee Newman and sentenced to life without parole. Now, Johnny Martinez would be at the trial, and he would receive an additional 50 years for the attempted murder of Johnny.
Okay.
And it's also suspected that he is responsible for 13 other women.
Damn.
That had high-risk lifestyles that were murdered in a similar manner in which the others were.
Right.
So it also makes sense because there was such a gap that there had to have been more.
Yeah. It would make more sense. I get that, especially like starting out, sometimes they don't, like, they'll have bigger gaps between. Yeah. But like this was over the course of 7 years-ish. Yeah. Roughly. That I feel like there would have been some more at least.
Yes.
But it's hard if they don't have anything that they can. I also, let me finish that sentence. It's hard if they don't have anything that can like fully link him to them.
Yeah.
I also hate that attempted murder charges usually get different like sentences.
Yeah.
Because it's like he tried to kill. It was only from her like being smart about the situation that she lived.
Yes.
He should get a full murder charge because that was his goal, was to kill her.
Was his intent.
And in fact, he thought she was dead.
Yes.
That's just a personal thing of mine so it's just a little frustrating.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. This one's a very short and sweet one, but this is what I have for you for part 3 of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wish that we could know more about like the other women that he might be tied to.
Yeah.
It does make sense why it's probably not covered a lot because people like the sensational stories.
Yeah.
But it's just as important to cover because one, obviously the women who were killed, for sure killed by him and linked to him, as well as Johnny. But also for the possible 13 other women who are now kind of just like lost in limbo in a way. Yeah. I can't believe that there was that many operating at it reminds me of like California, I think in the 70s.
Yeah, they were operating around a very similar time frame, and as soon as they thought, they got the one, they thought it would be done. It wasn't done.
Yeah, that's crazy. That has to be terrifying, not only for the people living in the area.
Oh, I'm sure.
But also for the detectives.
Oh, yeah.
To be like, oh my God, like what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah. Check out the Doss House episodes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Check out the Doss House episodes. Yeah, I guess real quick.
I just thought about it. I was like, let me throw that in there.
Really quick, just before, since we wrapped up that case, but I wanted to mention, I know we don't have like a giant platform, but there's a company currently started on August 1st because August 1st has become like the International Adopted Dog Birthday, because a lot of times when you rescue a dog, you don't know when their birthday is. And so there's this company, it's called seescandies.com, SEES, then Candies. They are trying to raise $150,000 this year for just like a bunch of different surgeries and things like that. I found the video through, have you seen like the We Rate Dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Videos? Yeah, or like Tell Your Dog I Said Hi.
Yeah.
So they were talking about it, and last year the money that they raised, I think it was close to like 50,000 or something in total.
Oh, okay.
It like covered a bunch of different surgery costs for a bunch of different rescue dogs, as well as like helped to get the care that a entire litter of puppies needed when they had parvo. So they're running that special right now. You can go on to their website and buy chocolate for yourself. And then they also have like bandanas and cookies for dogs. And then you can also donate. So I just wanted to mention that because I was like, that's really sweet.
Go donate.
Yeah. If you have the money,
if you've got the money,
go donate. If you don't, go like their videos. You can also just go to like the WeRateDogs.com and you can buy their merch, and then that helps them. They sponsor surgeries and stuff like that all the time for rescue dogs. So I wanted to mention that real quick. Other business that we have going on is that we have our Patreon up and running. You can go subscribe. It'll be in the show notes. So you can go to our Patreon. If you subscribe, you get like just a couple different bonus things every month. It's pretty cheap. Honestly, it mostly would probably pay for our coffee for recording days, which would be really helpful. So if you want to and you want some bonus content, you can go check that out. Once again, if you have the money. I know everybody's tight, so no pressure in any way. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening, and we hope you keep investigating. Bye.
Bye.